Hello everyone and welcome to my first YouTube video. This is something a bit different from me. You may have seen me at the track, on the track, but today I just wanted to give you a bit of an insight into my racing and how I've got to where I am today. My racing journey started when I was around 11 years old, a bit late compared to a lot of people, but obviously my dad's Kitson has always been around racing. It was always something I had the offer to do, but to be honest, I was just really scared. I didn't even really enjoy going to race meetings, to be honest. You know, my dad would be like, oh, you can race in micro F2 and stuff like that, and I just wasn't really very interested, to be honest, until I was 11, where I turned around to my dad one day and I was like, actually, I do kind of want to go. So obviously he did not hesitate with that. Actually, I had to go in some go-karts first. Like, I even remember going around Butlins in a go-kart to prove my dad that I was able to race. Because yeah, he was very nervous, to say the least. It did kind of come out of nowhere. I all of a sudden just one day was like, oh, I want to race now. So first of all, he gave me the offer to race national mini stocks, which I was absolutely terrified of at the time. You know, I was 11 and that was the starting age for the national mini stocks, along with all the other junior formulas, and I was absolutely terrified. I was like, there is no way I was going to get in one of them. So I started in a formula called Junior Stocks Karts, which I absolutely loved, to be honest. They were loads of fun, something to start off in when I was 11, to build my confidence up. Yeah, they're a great atmosphere. There's always so many good weekenders with them on. You don't really see them very often with like F1s or F2s really. But they were such a good crack. They were so fun. But when it came to the end of the 2020 season, I thought, yeah, I want to move into something a bit better now when I got my confidence up. And yeah, if you don't know what junior stocks karts are, they're basically like a go-kart. They're like a generator engine. They've got like around 12 horsepower. They are full contact though, even in the junior formula. So it was still, well, they still can be brutal at times. I did have quite a few knocks, but that never really bothered me, to be fair. I just got back out there. But yeah, so I did that in the 2020 season. We didn't really get to do many meetings though, because it was obviously heavily affected by COVID. So I only did a handful of meetings, but these meetings definitely gave me the confidence to then, I said to my dad, I want to race national mini stocks now. So he straight away went and bought me a car. That was at the start of the 2021 season. So I was still 12 years old at that point. And as you all know, 2021, still affected by COVID. So we had a bit of a late start. So I think our first meeting was May in 2021, which is at Birmingham Wheels Raceway, which sadly has closed down now, but it was a great little track. I think we probably did about 25 meetings there a year, if not more. Yeah, there was always so many races in one day, but yeah, I started in the national mini stocks when I was then 12 in 2021. I really enjoyed these. I did a practice day in around the March as well. When we bought it, I went straight out in it. This is where I had to learn my clutch control and, you know, learning how to do the gears and stuff like that. I was racing national mini stocks from the 2021 season up until when I hit 16, which is the retirement age in the junior formulas, back in May 2024. when it came to the end of my National Mini Stocks career, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. We've got F2s sat in the garage, we had a few F1s at the time sat in the garage. I always had the option, but I thought, nah, I'm not going in an F1, no way. I was way too scared. I always thought I was going to go in F2s, and I did want to go in F2s. I wanted to go in F2s for ages, because my dad used to be quite a big name in F2s. So I thought, why not just live up to my dad? But then reality hit. I probably wasn't really going to do that, especially when 20 years ago, it wasn't necessarily about how much money you put into it at the end of the day. So, and I knew I wouldn't be able to compete with that. So, you know, I went in a practice day in an F1. I think the first time I actually went in an F1 was when I was around 15. I think I just turned 15. I may have still been 14. And I absolutely loved it. I'd been in an F2 before, but it was just something about F1s. I really, really loved them. And I knew it was going to take a lot of confidence to do it, but I just thought, why am I letting me being scared hold me back? Let's just go for it. So my first meeting out was at Aldershot, which is actually a track I'd only raced at around twice before in National Mini Stocks. You know, it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was my favourite track, to be honest, but it was the first tarmac meeting. You know, I was still doing my GCSEs at this point, and I just thought, you know what, I'll just go, you know, I'll just go out, see how it goes. And it actually went really, really well. I qualified for the meeting final. I was even battling with people in my first meeting. You know, my dad was chuffed. So was I. You know, it couldn't have really gone any better, to be honest. So that was June last year, and I've been racing brisk F1 since. I did the meeting in Outlaw F2s in February this year, it was, and I absolutely loved them. There wasn't very many cars, definitely not as much as what there would be on an F1 grid, and some of the F2 meetings as well. I really, really enjoyed these. I think I got a second, a third, and then I won the meeting final, which was a massive highlight for me. My dad was also racing in his Heritage Higgy remake car, which he used the original car for, and then he basically chopped it up, rebuilt it. Chris Sainz repainted it, so that car looks really smart, but sadly he had car issues that day. But it was really cool to be on track with my dad, especially in a car that he's rebuilt and remade. But yeah, so I've been racing F1s for just over a year now. I definitely haven't done as many meetings as what I'd want to, but as people may know, I've got very close to a win. And I raced Venray a few days ago. And yeah, I was so close, and I was so gutted that it was the last corner that sadly I got taken out. So yeah, but that's stock car racing and that happens. But oh well. We'll get the car ready again for maybe Kings Lynn World Final meeting. If not, Mildenhall the day after is my next meeting. So we can only go again there. I actually prefer Shale, to be honest, so hopefully we can get a bit of success there. But yeah, so now I'm going to get my dad to show you around my car and give you a bit of an insight, and if you don't already know, then I'll explain a bit about how brisk F1s work. Now I'm going to show you where it all happens. This is the back of our yard. That's my road car. Some of you may have seen it before on the brisk F1 page on YouTube, but yeah, this is my old shell from my Mini. It's my dad, man, myth, legend. I'll let him explain to you a bit about my F1. So, this is my car, bright pink obviously. So, what are we saying about my car then?
They're just a quarter of a mile, short oval, self-built car, all built normally out of box section, running transit, back and front axles, some with an American back axle.
May not be as shiny as
Running a V8 Chevy engine, averaging 500 to 700 horsepower when tuned up. Fancy racing gearbox, quick change gears, full contact.
And what about the suspension?
The suspension's transit, back and front with coilover shockers. Purposely built from scratch. Weighing 1,350 to 1,500 kilos. Full contact. And it hurts when you get hit sometimes.
It certainly does. But yeah, we've got quite a lot of trophies in it. All these are yours, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then we've got one of the F2s, which is always out for hire. My dad's F1, which is also can be hired. And then, got a bit of scrap down. And then my dad's original Higgy car that he built, didn't you?
No, I didn't build. It's a Colin Hickman built car.
Rebuilt.
From around 1990. Running the pink.
Pink to make the boys wink, eh?
For the team Stinkers lads.
So, hope you all enjoyed that. I just wanted to go into it a bit about why I started a YouTube channel, and it's my dog here. and you know why I started creating these videos. I want to show people to just make the jump, even if you're scared to do something. You know, you should just go for it, because at the end of the day, you've got nothing to lose. But even in general, if you're scared to do something, just make the jump. Just do it, because what's the worst that can happen? You know, I want to inspire young girls like me, and also hands down to all the girls that already race, no matter what formula, because it's showing that it's not just a man's sport, and we can do it too. And I also want to showcase in general, no matter who you are and what you race, it's not all about the trophies, it's not all about the winning, it's also about the losing and everything in between too. You know, you see a lot of posting of people just winning all the time and that it's always great all the time, but actually that's not the reality. If anybody knows me, then they know I'm a really, really chatty person, and I will literally talk for England. So I've also started making these videos because of that. I love being interviewed at the track. I love talking really in general. So, you know, if anyone wants to come up at a meeting and say hi or anything, then, you know, you're always welcome to. And lastly, I just wanted to thank all my sponsors for helping me out. You all know who you are, and I will read them out in a second. But, you know, all the mechanics that put all the work in, all the people that will stop by at a meeting if they can see that you're struggling. I have got a bit of paper, because if you think I can remember, then no. So, for this season, I want to thank Warren Hunter, Colin Casserly, Kevin Kidd, Lindale Engines, DS Builders, Buxton Raceway, Rogerson Coach and Travel, Pitstop Congleton, Chris Symes and DMS Laser Fabs. And everyone else in between that's helped at meetings. I'm really, really grateful for you all. And if anyone wants to get involved for next season or even the remainder of this season, then you're always welcome. So yeah, if anyone wants to get involved, then you're more than welcome to. And I want to thank everyone that's got this far in this video, if you have. And yeah, if you want to follow along, then subscribe and you can see all the behind the scenes of what goes on at this workshop.